What does a library look like that supports a backpacking trip? What does a library look like that's been built just based on the kind of literature that floats around the used bookstores and service station waiting rooms in small towns? I'm Megan Prelinger, and we're here in the Prelinger Library in San Francisco. This is our print library. We've been here for 21 years. It is a public offering of book and document collection where visitors are invited to read, research, make art, scan, make copies, download digital material, and as a service to the community have been used by probably 10,000 people. We're part of a fight against erasure. We're a fight against enclosure, as so many institutional collections are pulled back from public access. So this room is a discovery space. It's also a space where materials that increasingly are held nowhere else are still held here. It is so far beyond what we expected that we can't even hardly track back to the days when we wondered if anyone else would be interested in looking at our books. This has its early history in our own working research collections. My partner and co-founder, Rick Prelinger, is also an independent scholar like myself. We were doing each on our own a lot of different kinds of research projects and collecting found materials to support our research projects and thinking about what history, art, and evidence looks like when it's sourced from found materials. I had studied visual anthropology and linguistics in college and was interested after college in kind of turning that ethnographic gaze to American history. Also exploring learning outside of institutional walls, learning through field trips, learning through road trips, learning through camping trips. What does a library look like that supports a backpacking trip? What does a library look like that's been built just based on the kind of literature that floats around the used bookstores and service station waiting rooms in small towns? And so I was thinking about that and collecting material to support that kind of project when Rick and I met in the 1990s. And found that we held this kind of perspective in common and started combining our book and document collection. We're always looking for evidence that may not be accessible to the public elsewhere. About 25 to 20 years ago, libraries all over North America started shrinking their holdings. Some materials have been digitized, although a huge proportion has not been digitized and may never be. We were able to build out our book collections and document collections with hundreds of runs of periodicals. And that's really what made the collection grow to the scale that you see here. We're close enough to the public library that we don't need to duplicate what's in the public library. So part of taking care is making sure that their shelves are just used to support the most unique materials, the most unusual, the most maybe not rare, but hard to find. I think year 3 was the first year we had 1,000 visitors in a year. And since then, we've facilitated, either directly or indirectly, literally thousands of lines of inquiry from researchers, artists, media makers, painters, novelists, the general curious. And I mean, it's not an overstatement to say we've learned something about how materials can be meaningful from each one of those people. Now, 2 decades on, the books are not the center, the community that has convened around all the resources in the room and all the transactions that the resources make possible. The community is the hub of the project as much as the collection. And no, we never could have anticipated that.